rapid revision series. As you know, we are discussing national issues for many days. Today we will move to a new topic, that is educational issues. In education issues also, particularly we will discuss ranking issues. Means how many types of reports are there in education. Okay, all the reports we will discuss here. the foundational literacy and numeracy report. This report is nothing but to check basic literacy levels. Basic literacy levels of kids. Means many kids are not going to school in COVID times. Like between 2020-2022, many kids are not going to school. After they enter school also, they are having lack of fundamentals. So, to check the fundamentals, how much they are perfect in writing, reading, listening. Writing and reading. How much they are perfect. That is the report here. Okay, the second edition of Foundational Literacy and Numeracy report released by Dr. Vivek Dobroy, Chairman, EAM, ESC, PM. Okay, what is this Financial Literacy and Numeracy report? It is a ability of child between the ages of 3 and 8 years old to read basic tests, so reading, and do basic mathematics problems such as addition and subtraction. So they mathematics skills also, they are able to do addition or subtraction also checked here. So the FLN report is a main element of National Education Policy NEP 2020. And what is the purpose of this report? It is a benchmark for states and union territories to track their performance. So it allows union territories and states to track their performance in achieving universal foundational learning by 2026 and 17. Whether the states are able to achieve universal foundational learning or not, that will be checked by this report. It covers the role of nutrition, access to digital technology, language, focused in institutional approach. Means it assesses nutrition, whether the child is eating good food or not, digital technology, how much the child is able to access resources. Suppose one app is there for study. If the child is able to check this app or not, browse through this app or not, they will check out. Okay, along with reading, writing, addition, subtraction skills, this also checked. And it captures role of language in education. And it also captures role of language. Suppose a student don't know English, then he is not convenient in English medium. And also suppose a student from Hyderabad move to Karnataka, when the teacher is speaking in Kannada, he don't understand anything. So language is very important. If a student don't know the language the teacher is communicating, he is unable to follow the contents going on in the school. Suppose a student is Hindi person, but the teacher is completely telling in English, then he will unable to follow that. Like that. So it captures the role of language in education, highlights distinct challenges faced in multilingual environment. It also take into consideration multilanguage problems for students. Okay, the fundamental concepts children require to become skilled readers. What are the fundamentals they require to become the skilled readers? They will do that, like reading newspaper every day. Automatically improve the student capacity to read more content. Okay, improve learning outcomes using appropriate assessments and medium of instruction. And also they improve the learning of the children by some app. Suppose one app is there, Class Plus is there. Joining Class Plus, many students will be connected to a teacher. Then automatically in class also they will be perfect in studies at school also. Okay. And recommendations: need to integrate the medium of instruction and teaching in languages familiar to children. So they make all language instructions also. Suppose Class Plus is there, they allow all language communication to students. Undertake various assessments pertaining to linguistic system, include phonology, vocabulary, lexicon, syntax, And orthographic system includes symbols, mapping principles and all. Like formulas, mapping principles, they make small kids to learn things. And also language, they allow the app to be flexible to every language student, so that any language student can learn from the app. And writing mechanisms, need for data monitoring along with clearly defined outcome based indicators on pedagogical framework and education in India. Okay, they need data monitoring along with clearly defined outcome. So data monitoring and outcome. So what they are expecting from the child. If the child don't know basic learning and reading skills or writing skills, they have to improve that. That must be a major outcome here. Okay, and initiatives to promote FLN. What are the initiatives till now the government took to improve kids? That is the Diksha or Digital Infrastructure for Knowledge Sharing, launched in 2017. It is national platform of NCRT. Like Class Plus. Class Plus is there, it is private app. Like that government app is there. Government app is Diksha. Government app is there, that is Diksha, where teachers can find interactive and engaging teaching material to make their classes interesting. So they will have teaching material also, interesting teaching material to make the students learn things easily. Nipun Bharat mission. This is a mission launched in 2021 for ensuring that every child in the country necessarily attains foundational literacy by the end of 3rd grade by the year 2026-27. The initiative of this mission is to make every child learn, read or write or can do addition and subtraction by the age of 3rd grade. Means 3rd grade means 6 years by 2026-27. That is the ambition of this. Another program is Nishita, a new training program for teachers as well as heads of the schools launched by NCRT. This is a teachers training program given by government to teachers and principals so that they can effectively make the students learn things. National Curriculum Framework for Foundation Skills to meet a key focus area of NEP to improve foundational skills of students. And also National Curriculum Framework is there, means they will give a standard curriculum for students to learn skills. Okay, under this Jadu Pitara, learning and teaching material for the foundational. Jadu Pitara is stage of schooling has been launched. Means Jadu Pitara is a learning material name. Learning material name in times of schooling, in stage of schooling has been launched. Okay. So to make state or UT to achieve FLN, foundational learning and numeracy. So what the state are doing? State are making many programs. That is the Diksha is one, Nishita is one, and national curriculum also provided. Curriculum means syllabus. Nishita is teacher or principal coaching thing, training thing. Nishita is teachers or principal training program, and Diksha is app for betterment of kids. Like this, government is making all efforts to achieve foundation literacy and numeracy all over the India. Our next topic is ASER. ASER report means annual status of education report. Annual status of education means how many schools are there, how many students are there, how many students are enrolled. In that, how many are female, how many are male, and how many teachers are there in each school. In teachers also, how many females are there, how many males are there. Why they don't have any work? Why they are doing this assessment? To understand what is the education status of India after COVID-19. To understand education status of India after COVID-19. COVID-19 has disrupted everything. Okay. So, economic of people, economic standard of people affected, and obviously child education has been affected. So they are assessing actually how many students are enrolled in school, whether they are good in their studies or not. Okay. So following 2 years of school closures caused by COVID-19, the recently released 17th Annual Status of Education for 2022 contains both bright spots and areas of concern. It also contains what are the problems and limitations are contained in this document. Okay, who is conducting this survey? Here, Pradham is an NGO. This is an NGO has taking means survey children aged 6 to 14 and publishing ASER since 2005. They are publishing this ASER report since 2005 to track trends in school admissions, school enrollment, attendance, reading, arithmetic abilities, everything of kid. So they calculate how many students are enrolled in a school and how much they are attending the school and their reading and learning skills. This year report published after 2018 surveyed 7 lakh children in 19,000 villages across 616 districts across the country. Okay, they surveyed 7 lakh students in 20k villages of 600 districts approx. Okay, so what are the bright spots? What are the areas of concern here? Okay, school enrollment touched a record high 98.4% in 2022, 97.2% in 2018. Means only 2% children are not going to school. Maybe very poverty people maybe do not send their children to school, but all people are sending their children to school. And the proportion of girls aged 11 to 14 not enrolled has reduced 10% in 2006 and 4%. Okay, we will see this point later. Okay. Drop in learning levels of foundation literacy and numeracy. So, in foundation literacy and numeracy report, there is a drop. Means drop in value decreased means only 20 people out of 100 people don't have reading or writing or arithmetic abilities. All people having. So, the value is increased. So, the basic reading ability of children in class 3 dipped by 7% points. So, the basic reading level of children was decreased by 7%. Means suppose it is 60, now it came to 53%. The percentage of children who can't even read properly has been reduced by 7%. So, the proportion of girls aged 11 to 14, the proportion of girls aged 11 to 14 not enrolled has reduced. Means the proportion of girls not going to school, percentage of girls not attending school was reduced. Year to year, the value was reduced. So, the number of children enrolled in government schools also rised. Okay, from 65% to 72%. It has risen from 65% to 72%, that is 7% has increased. And also, proportion of children in class 3 who could do at least subtraction fell from 28% to 26%. So 2% by 2% the number of kids who can't do subtraction has been increased. So the proportion of children in class 3 who could not do at least subtraction is 28% before. Now it gone to 26%. So 2% this is decreased. 2% it is decreased. And a small steady increase in children availing private tuitions. Okay, the percentage of children going to private tuitions also increased by 4% from 26.5 to 30.5%. And availability of smartphones has been increased. See, availability of smartphones time in 2022. Percentage of children not going to school has been dropped by 2%. Means suppose now school going children are 80%, for example. Now it has increased to 82%. Means by 2% percentage of children not going to school has been decreased. Even after prolonged school closures during pandemic period, the proportion of children not enrolled in school decreased. Means even though COVID pandemic is there, education has given utmost importance. The number of students enrolling in the school has been increased. Despite the pandemic, the number of children not enrolled in a school go on declining between 2018 and 2022. The number of children enrolled in school has been continuously increased. Okay. So what can be deducted from aser findings? So now we have seen all the things. First of all, students enrolled in school increased, and girls enrolled in school increased, and at the same time private tuitions going girls are increased, and smartphone use increased, and addition subtraction abilities increased. So this all leads to improvement in education system. So what can be deducted from aser findings now? Okay, why has enrollment in government increased? Improvements. What are the main reasons? That's why in government schools also enrollment has been increased. That is textbooks, midday meals. So what can be deducted from aser findings? Okay, the table is not clear, friends, here. That's why I am watching in the tab and telling you. So what can be deducted from the aser findings means why has enrollment in government schools increased? Here we have to observe one thing. Enrollment of children in government schools has been increased. What are the reasons means improvement in infrastructure, distribution of textbooks, midday meals during lockdown, job losses and closure of budget private schools in rural areas. So in rural areas, private budget schools has been closed, and due to COVID, due to economic issues also, some parents changed their children to government schools. And midday meals program, improvement in infrastructure and distribution of textbooks given rise to improvement of government schools. And why did private? So due to improvement in infrastructure, midday meals, and due to job losses in COVID, the government school performance has been improved. Okay, and what are the government schemes to promote foundational literacy and numeracy here? National Education Policy, National Initiative for Proficiency Reading and Understanding Numeracy, means Nipun Bharat Initiative, and integration between Anganwadi schools and normal schools. Particularly education component of Anganwadi system must be adequately funded. So what is the problem here? Anganwadi schools must be improved a bit. Then government schools enrollments will improve further. So why did private tuitions are increased? Why the private tuitions are increased? More flexible to adapt. If a person is unable to pay, they can pay later and provide extra assistance to children when schools are closed. Okay, even in institutions, coaching centers also EMI scheme is there nowadays. If the people can't pay fees at a time, they can pay in installments. That's why private tuitions were improved a lot. So these are the things we can understand from aser report. Why government schools are increased? Due to improvement in infrastructure and midday meal scheme, government schools are improved. Why private tuitions are improved? Due to installment scheme, EMI payment scheme, private tuitions are improved. And what we have to do, the next step is to improve Anganwadi schools also, their performance also from the government. And what are the government schemes? Help to improvement of education. They are foundational literacy and numeracy and Nipun Bharat initiative. These two initiatives also led to improvement of government schools. So we have discussed the aser report. In that also we will go into deep. We will check the literacy skills of students now. So we have seen the ASER report. According to the report, enrollments in private schools and government schools increased. According to the report, enrollments in government schools and private schools are improved, and also smartphones availability, private tuitions are improved, girl education improved. These are things we have seen. Now we go into deep of literacy levels of each kid. How a kid was improved literacy wise means reading skills, writing skills, mathematical ability of a kid improved how much, that we will see here. So literacy levels, children's basic literary levels have taken a big hit with their reading ability as compared to numeracy. Much more sharply and dropping to pre-2012 levels. So here kids reading ability was improved. But numeracy ability was decreased to 2012 levels. Okay, percentage of children in class 3 in government or private schools who are able to read at level of class 2 dropped from 27.3% in 2018 to 20%. So, the reading levels, unable to read levels were decreased, like 27% to 20%. Means people who can read, that was increased. Okay, the percentage of children in class 3 government or private schools who are able to read at level of class 2, the percentage of kids who can read perfectly was reduced from 27% to 20%. This decline is visible in every state and for children in both government and private schools. And this decline is in all schools or states or UT of India. Okay, the percentage of children enrolled in class 5 in government or private schools who can at least read a class level text fell from 50.5% in 2018 to 42.8% in 2022. So in class 5 also, class 5 kids who are able to read class 2 data has decreased from 50% to 43%. So this is also decreased. Means reading abilities of kids were decreased. The drops in basic reading ability are smaller for class 8 students. But the drop is less for class 8 students. Means class 8 students are good. They are perfect in their studies. They can read and write. No issue in that. The ACR reading test assesses whether a child can read letters, words, simple paragraph at class 1 level of difficulty or story at class 2 level of difficulty. So the ACR reading test will be there. In that it will test a child is able to read letters, simple paragraph at class 1 level of difficulty and class 2 level of stories they can read or not. Arithmetic skills. The percentage of class 3 students who are able to do at least subtract dropped from 28% in 2018 to 26%. So 2% it was dropped. So third class students who are able to do at least subtraction has been decreased by 2%. That is from 28% to 26% it was dropped by 2%. Okay, the proportion of children in class 5 across India who can carry out division has also fallen slightly from 28% to 25.5%. Means class 5 students who can do division has been decreased from 28% to 25.5%. Means this is around 2.5% was decreased. Means even though school enrollment, girls enrollment at government schools and private schools has been increased, smartphone availability, gadgets has been improved, but there is no improvement in literacy levels of kids. They are still weak in their studies. So the performance of class 8 students in basic arithmetic is more varied, and performance of class 8 students in arithmetic is more deteriorated. Of children who can do division has increased slightly from 44% to 44.7%. Means there is no much improvement, just 44.1% to 44.7%. The percentage of students who can do division has been increased. So what is the conclusion here? What we can understand from ACR report means, the ACR 2022 report highlights widening learning gaps in foundation skills in reading and arithmetic that have emerged as a result of pandemic and school closures. So it analyzes the basic foundation skills and reading ability of kids due to COVID-19, how it was disrupted, how they are improved or not after COVID-19. That will be analyzed by ACR report. The report shows that despite an increase in enrollment figures and decrease in proportion of children not currently enrolled, there has been significant decline in basic literacy and arithmetic skills. Even though the enrollment has been increased, but the literacy levels of kids has not been improved. Okay. So the report emphasizes need for urgent interventions to address these learning gaps. So there must be urgent methods to solve these learning gaps. Okay. So our next concept is UDISE plus report. Unified District Information System for Education Plus. Okay, this is nothing but a database management system. What you call MIS? Management. It's also known as Management Information System. Till now, in ACR report, we come to know in ACR how many students have been enrolled. And in government school, how many students enrolled? Private tuition, how many students enrolled? And girls, how many girls are enrolled? Okay, all these we have seen in ACR report. But how they come to know this data? How they come to know this data? Suppose one company is there. They have 500 employees. How they come to know the employee strength is 500? By records. By records or files. How the records or files are maintained? In a computer, that is data management or management information system. Means they count how many students are getting enrolled every year in school by this system. Okay. So this UIDSE report is a report that tracks information. Means every time when an employee join a company, his number, ID and identification cards, everything, his data will be uploaded on the records of computer. In the same way, every time Union Education Ministry has released detailed report like this. The Union Education Ministry has initiated in 2012 largest management information system on school education. Means this contains how many schools are there in a district or state. Okay. And also how many students are there in the school. Like this, every information. In students also, how many girls are there, how many boys are there. Okay. And how many are going to private school, how many are going to government school. Like this, entire information will be contained in this UIDSE report. So earlier in UIDSE, the thing is manual. So it leads to many errors and backdrops. Now UIDSE plus was introduced. This is real time information of students. So it covers more than 15 lakh schools and more than 26 crore children. It covers more than 15 lakh schools and 26 crore children. Earlier the data used to be filled on paper format, then manually entered into computer. So what happens in UDISE? What happened? The information used to be entered manually. So this has created errors and misuse in the information. So to solve this, UIDSE Plus is an updated version of UDISE where data from school is collected online and in real time. This is real time, means there will be difference between recorded class and live class. In the same way, this is live information, day to day information, means in UDISE means in that 6 months before data, suppose how many schools students, 2k students, 2k admission in the school, that is updated in this. After 6 months in January or December, people check this site, only 2k strength will be seen. But in by January, suppose 1k strength is increased, the actual strength is 3k, that is not reflected here. But in UDISE Plus, this real-time information, how much the strength is increased, how much decreased, how many gone in year between, took TC and went out, how many new admissions are there, like that real-time information will be shown. It will overcome issues present in UDISE system such as errors in data and delays and errors in data. So if a student's strength is recorded wrong, 2k in place of 3k, what will happen automatically? Fees and revenue data will be shown wrong. Fees revenue data will be shown wrong. And staff information shown wrong. Suppose 50 teachers are there when school opened in June. By January or December, student number, teacher number increased to 60. So what happens? Automatically salary must be given, will be increased. But the management count it wrong. 50 lakh has to given to 50 teachers, will be written in UDISE system. But actually they have to give 60 lakh rupees. So what happens? Due to the system errors, losses and will happen to the management. So these losses and delays, errors will be solved by real-time system. In real-time system, teacher number shows only 60. Means 60 lakh of salary has to be given to the teachers annually. Then the school do not face any losses. So UDISE was developed by Department of School Education and Literacy in 2018-19. It was developed by Department of School Education and Literacy in 2018-19. In these, improvements were made regarding data capture, data mapping and verification of data. Verification of data also done. Whether a student is absent or present is daily recording in the system. Then what happen if the student absent for 1 month continuously, it will be recorded as he is absent from so long, means he took a TC, he is not there in the school, he is not present. So actual data capture will be done in the system. So what this report says, according to UDISE report 2021, 26 crore students enrolled in school education for primary to higher secondary. There is an increase of 28.32 lakh enrollments as compared to 2019-20. Means there are around 30 lakh enrollments increased compared to last 2 years. Gross enrollment ratio has improved 2021 at all levels of school education compared to 2019-20. Here I am discussing 2019-20, 2021 data. Okay. So you can collect from Google the next report released or not. If released also, what are the values? What is the gross enrollment ratio? How many enrollments increased by number? what is the ratio, etc. things you can check out in Google. But by this discussing this topic, you people come to know one report is there like that. UDISI report is there for student enrollments. Okay. So teachers engaged in school education during student 1 crore. Teachers also, teacher number student 1 crore. There is an increase of 9,000 teachers compared to 2011 2019-20. There is an increase of around 10k teachers compared to 2019-20. And 40 lakh students from private and government aided schools shifted to government schools. So 40 lakh students from private schools shifted to government schools. This shows impact of COVID on education. This shows the impact of COVID on education because many parents lost jobs. They can't even afford the student education fees. So they simply changed their kids from private schools to government schools. So UIDSE 2021 report to data enrollments. Total enrollment in school education from primary to higher secondary is 26 crore. This is 20 lakh increase when compared with 2021 UDISE report plus data. So how much this has been increased from, we discussed 2019-22 improvement to 2020-21. Now we are discussing improvement to 2021 and 22. There has been increase of 26 crore. Means there has been increase of 20 lakh people. Okay. Total number of enrollments of students belonging to scheduled caste increased from 5 crore to 4.82. Means around 5 lakhs improved. The scheduled tribe enrollments increased from 2.49 crore to 2.51 crore. Means 2 lakhs increased. SC/ST enrollments also increased respectively by 2 lakh and 5 lakh students. OBC students enrollment increased from 11.35 crore to 11.48 crore. Means OBC students enrollment increased by 13 lakhs. Okay, gross enrollment ratio that measures the general level of participation has improved at primary, upper primary, higher secondary levels when compared with 2021 performance. So gross enrollment ratio overall from 2019-22, 2021-22, the gross enrollment ratio go on increasing. Okay. The performance of GER higher secondary has significantly improved from 54% to 58%. Okay. So performance of gross enrollment ratio in higher secondary education has been increased by 4% from 54% to 58%. Just you make a note of these numbers. Why? Because this is not very much important, but you have to remember how much education has improved after COVID and before COVID. How many gross enrollment ratio is there? Because this report is very old, this is not much important, but we are discussing because you people must know one report is like that in education in India. Okay. The enrollment of children with special needs CWSN is 26 lakh, a 3.4% increase from 21 lakh. There is increase of disability people also increased, presence increased by 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs. And what about the teachers? How many teachers are there all over India? In 21-22, 1 crore teachers. Approx 1 crore teachers are involved in school education. Of these, more than half of them are female teachers. Out of this, 50% are male, 50% are female. Okay, total number of teachers declined by 2% when compared with 2021 figures. So, however, the teacher number has been decreased by 2% from 2021 to 21-22. Okay, in 21-22, percentage of teachers teaching only primary and only upper primary has declined. So, the teachers teaching for primary and upper primary number has been decreased. Okay, it is only primary is of 35% and upper primary is of 20%. When compared with previous year, number of teachers during 2021 has declined by 1% in government schools, 2% in government aided schools, 3% in private schools, 8.3% in schools. So this is a information that number of teachers, how number of teachers has been declined. 1% in government schools, in this 2% components they are telling, 1% in government schools, 2% in government aided schools, 3% in private schools and 8% in other schools. Highest number of enrollment of students in government schools and recruitment of teachers happened in Uttar Pradesh. So enrollment of students and teachers recruitment also improved in Uttar Pradesh state. And pupil teacher ratio, how many teachers are there? How many teachers are there for how many students? Okay. In 21-22 is 26 for primary, 19 for upper primary, 18 for secondary, 27 for higher secondary. Means there are 26 teachers for primary, 19 for upper primary, 18 for secondary and 27 for higher secondary. This was means for every 100 students there are 26 teachers for primary, 19 for upper primary, 18 for secondary, 27. So this significant progress when compared to 2018-19 figures. And what about girls? Girls in the schools. In 2021-22 around 13 crore girls enrolled in primary to higher education. So there are around 13 crore girls enrolled in primary and secondary education. This is an increase of 9 lakh. 9 lakh students are been increased compared with 2021 report. The gender parity index, you might know gender parity index, how the women are improved, women empowerment, it is a measure of women empowerment compared to males. So the gender parity index revealed that representation of females in school education is on par with girls population of corresponding age group. So how many students are enrolled? How many students are enrolled with respect to strength of students of the age group? Okay, how many? Suppose 100 students are there in the age group of 13-14 years. So how many are enrolled? Suppose 40 students are enrolled. That is known as 40:100 is known as gender parity index. Okay, this report shows there is an increased participation of girls in school education. Schools and amenities. We discussed about how many SC/ST are enrolled, OBC are enrolled, teachers are enrolled and girls are enrolled. Now we are going to school amenities. Total number of schools decreased from 16 lakh to 15 lakh. So 1 lakh schools are decreased in between because many people due to COVID, private schools can't continue their business. They shut down the business. That's why the schools number was decreased by 1 lakh. And this may because of closure of private and other management schools, grouping or clustering of schools by various states. Only 27% of schools have special toilets, CSWN, and more than 49% have ramps with handrails. So escalator and special toilets are available in only some schools. Some schools don't have these facilities. Only 45% schools had computer facilities, nearly 35% have internet facilities. Computer internet is in less than 50% schools, computer and internet are available. Around 77% schools have playground, means without playground school will not be there. Kids find enjoyment in playground only. They want to play more time. So without playground, the students won't join. That's why many schools are having playground in their schools. This is 3.4% increase from 2018-19. Nearly 28% school had kindergarten. Sorry, this is wrongly printed. Kindergarten means play school. play school for small kids. That is 32% increase from 2018 and 19. 98 lakh schools have been certified under Fit India schools. Means around 1 crore schools are certified in India. Till now we have discussed foundational numeracy report, FLN, literacy and numeracy, and ASER report and UI SDE plus report. These all belong to school education. School education. Now we are done with school education. We are moving to higher education. Higher education means graduates and postgraduate, means undergraduate or postgraduate, UG or PG. For those, what are the reports the government is having, that we discuss. That is, the first report is NIRF, National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF ranking, and this is recently released by Minister of State Education and External Affairs Rajkumar Ranjan Singh. Okay, this is released by Ministry of Education and External Minister Rajkumar Ranjan Singh of that time. Okay, these rankings serve as benchmark to assess quality and performance of educational institutions across country. They assess the quality of educational institutions. Means universities, colleges of higher education and undergraduation. They assess the quality of this. Evaluating higher education institutions based on various parameters. What are the parameters here? Okay, that we will discuss in detail in this report. So, National Institute of Ranking Framework is a methodology developed by Ministry of Education, formerly Ministry of Human Resource Development. Ministry of HR means personal recruitment for government offices. That is the work of this. This has been, Ministry of Education has been developed this report. Rank higher education institutions in the country. It is launched in September 2015 and aims to provide comprehensive assessment of institutions based on various parameters. So it assesses institutions based on some parameters. Parameters mean nothing but measures like infrastructure, quality of faculty, etc. things. NIRF rankings encompass 4 categories, that is overall colleges, universities, research institutions. So they take into account in these measurements colleges, universities and research institutions. The ranking aims to provide valuable insights into progress and performance of institutions in terms of academic excellence, research output and overall institutional quality. Means academic excellence means how many faculties are there and they have proper qualification to teach or not. That is called as academic excellence. In that case, if a faculty is having PhD, he is an expert in teaching, then he will be given excellence award generally. So how many faculties having excellence award, that will be counted. And research output, how many researchers has been done, R&D, how much developed in that university, that is taken into consideration. And overall institutional quality means like transport, how many buses the college or university is having, and infrastructure, how the infrastructure is good or not, and canteen, all these things. Okay, so these rankings are available in the official website of NIRF, that is nirfindia.organization. If you visit this nirfindia.organization, you can see which is the best university in India. If you want to take admission, you can go through this website and check which is the best university, then you can seek admission there. That type of information is provided in this government website. So expanding categories and dimensions, it's the 8th edition NIRF ranking. So till 8 reports has been released, published by NIRF, have expanded form of 4 to 12 categories including 8 subject specific rankings. They have 4 to 12 categories. They have 4 to 12 categories. This expansion allows us a more comprehensive assessment of institutions. So these parameters allow us to make more comprehensive assessment of institutions. Okay, management, pharmacy, law, across various domains. Means management, MBA, pharma and law institutions are taken into account. Okay, now it include engineering also. Now this is including engineering also. Architecture, planning, dental, new addition, agriculture and allied sectors. So now agriculture and allied sectors also improved. Means all colleges, universities of MBA, pharma, dental, architecture, okay, agri and allied sectors, okay, engineering. These are analyzed in R&D, excellence, facilities. Then the ranking will be provided. So the top performance in overall category are IITs in India in various locations. Okay, the Indian Institute of Technology Madras secured the top position. Madras University is in top position, maintaining success for previous year. Indian Institute of Science IISc in Bangalore emerged as leading university, reaffirming its commitment to academic excellence. And also Indian Institute of Science Bangalore has been in the top place. Additionally, means in leading university. Additionally, IISc Bangalore recognized as second best institution in overall category. In overall, it is second, but it is in university wise it is leading. It is in top position. But the first top one is IIT Madras. Okay, excellence in universities in university ranking, IISc Bangalore position showcasing retained its top consistently. Commitment to research and academic powers. So, JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Jamia Millia Islamia secured second and third position respectively. Jawaharlal Nehru University, Jamia Millia Islamia secured second and third position, highlighting their contribution to academic landscape of the country. So, leaders in engineering. Who are the leaders in engineering? Means IIT Madras, and consecutive second year IIT Madras has secured this position in engineering, and IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur, IIT Roorkee followed very closely, showcasing their exceptional contributions to engineering. So you only remember in engineering IIT is the best, but Madras, Delhi and Bombay, Kanpur, Roorkee, these locations you have to remember, they are the best IITs in India. Noteworthy management institutions. So what are they in MBA? In MBA, what are the good institutions? Means in the field of management, Indian Institute of IIM Ahmedabad. IIM Ahmedabad. This is the best institute. Okay, for management. Demonstrating, so IIM Ahmedabad is in top position. Demonstrating excellence in producing business leaders. IIM Bangalore, IIM Kozhikode, Calcutta, Delhi. This is also IIM. But in different locations, Bangalore, Kozhikode, Calcutta, Delhi, recognized for their outstanding contribution to management education. Recognizing achievements in other domains. What about the other domains apart from engineering and management? NIRF ranking acknowledged top performance in domains such as pharmacy, colleges, medical research institutions, innovation, law, architecture, dental, agri and allied. Recently added one. These rankings shed light on institutions that have excelled in their respective fields and contribute significantly growth of these domains. So they excelled in these fields and they contributed significantly to the growth of these fields. Now, what is the significance of NIRF rankings? What is the importance of NIRF ranking? Suppose a girl wants to get admission in a MBA college, then she can go through this report, NIRF, then she will come to know which institute or college is best, university is best, so that she can go and join in that, she can get a seat there. So They play a crucial role in evaluating improving quality of higher education in India. So if there is ranking, then what happens? Automatically competition between universities or colleges will happen. Automatically they start improving the facilities, etc. So if they improve, automatically education sector in India will improve a lot. By providing comprehensive assessment and comparison of institutions, ranking help students make informed decisions. Means a girl is there, name of A, in the name of A, she want to get admission, she can take, watching NIRF ranking, she can take a good decision. Okay, about their academic pursuits. NIRF ranking align with government efforts to enhance quality and accessibility of education across the nation. So it align with government efforts to enhance the quality and accessibility. So the whatever parameters they want to improve, they align with the government policies, because Ministry of Education has designed this plan. With expansion of categories and growing number of participating institutions, NIRF ranking continue evolve and become more inclusive. By year and year, number of colleges increasing and number of domains increasing. So automatically the NIRF ranking also evolved a lot. Serve as reliable guide for students, parents and educational holders. So it is a good guide for students and parents. Enable them to identify, appreciate best institutions in India. So a girl or girl parents, girl A or her parents can take informed decisions watching NIRF rankings. What are the ranking parameters? Teaching, learning, resources. Okay, means how many faculties are there, whether the learning is good or not, they have enough test papers, they have enough tests inside the university, resources, good library is there or not. Research and professional, how R&D is developed inside, and graduation outcomes, how many people got good results after studying in the institute, how many people received their graduation. Outreach and inclusivity, whether it is in outskirts of a city or near approach to people, that is also taken into consideration. And perception, what people feel about the institute, it is a good name, it is with good name or not, fees wise or culture wise. If local people have given good reviews, automatically the university will get good name. Suppose if you are going to a restaurant, what you will do, you will check the Google review of that, whether the restaurant is good or not, then only you will enter the restaurant. Same like the students also will see what local people say about the college or university. If the perception is good, they go and join in that. So the resources given 30% weightage, R&D given 30% weightage, graduation means old results are given 20% weightage, outreach and inclusivity means it is near to city or in outskirts given 10%, perception given 10% weightage in the ranking. These are all parameters of NIRF ranking. So you can see in the picture also, teaching and learning resources means how much student strength is there, faculty student ratio, faculty with PhD, financial resource and utilization, online education available or not. And research practice mein publications, in research and practice section, publications, citations, parents, research projects are taken into consideration. Patent means it is one type of like copyright thing. If a university produced a research and development project, then they will have a copyright on it. No one can easily use it. That is known as patent. Means the original owner of the content is so and so university. Others can't misuse the content. And graduation outcome, placements, higher studies, university examination, median salary, PhD students, how many PhD done students are there, how many are got good results, in university examinations. Placements, how many got job in placements, campus placements. This will taken into consideration. And outreach and inclusivity, regional diversity, women diversity, how many women are there. Suppose a girl wants to join a college, she will check how many women lecturers are there. If all strength are boys, students are boys, like faculty also boy, then she may not prefer to join the college. That's why inclusivity reach also taken into consideration. If a college university is in outskirts, no girl want to join in it because travel is a hectic thing every day. So they give preference to city university. That's why reach is taken into consideration while giving NIRF rankings. So economically, socially challenged students, physically challenged students. How many physically disability students are there? It is also taken into consideration. So perception, peer, academic peer and employees perception. How the employees are feeling about the university, how the local people are feeling about the university, that is very important. So the information is given as a table here. In engineering, top institutes are IIT Madras, Delhi, Bombay. Management, IIT Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Kozhikode. In Law College, National Law School of India is the best. National Law University, Delhi. Nalsar University, Law, Hyderabad. Okay. In pharmacy, National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education Research, Hyderabad. Jamia Harvard, BITS Pilani. BITS Pilani is best in pharmacy. And top colleges, Delhi University, secured position in top 10 colleges in India with Miranda House and Hindu College leading the ranks. So, what are the, till now we assessed what is NIRF ranking, how the ranking will be done. But what are the issues, what are the drawbacks or limitations of the report? Let us see here. So, till now we have discussed the NIRF rankings. But some critics says that the NIRF ranking is a waste thing and it is a ranking that makes no sense. Okay? Why? Let us see here now. The NIRF ranking of higher education institutions, okay, is based on several parameters. That is, the higher education institutions are ranked overall university wise, college wise and also under disciplines such as law, medical, pharmacy, management, architecture. Okay, what are the parameters of evaluation here? We have seen the number of faculties, their excellence, outreach, R&D, feedback, etc. things we have seen now. So, teaching or learning resources, outreach, perception, what the people think about that so and so university or college. Okay, graduation outcome, how many results are positive inside it. Okay, profession, how many faculties are there and how much they are excel in their profession, etc. things. So, based on these parameters, the NIRF ranking was done. But however, what are the limitations in the ranking? The first one is private institutions are placed above NLUs. Means generally a student try to join a government college or university. If he won't get seat here, then by management quota or by counseling, he will go to private institutions. Even though the facilities at private institutions are good compared to government college, but the standard will be more in government college only. They prefer to join the government college first, government university first. If they don't get seat, they will go to private institution even though the infra is very good. The history like R&D things are not developed like government colleges. But in NIRF ranking, what happened? The private institutions has given less rank. Means first priority. The government colleges kept at last. So this is a major problem. Means this is the contrast to reality. First the student try to prefer to join a government college. If they don't get seat there, they will go to a private institute. But in NIRF ranking, they told that private institutions are best compared to government colleges. This is a flaw in this ranking. Okay, the NIRF places some private multidisciplinary institutions higher than many prestigious national law universities and law departments. Generally, students who can't secure a seat in NLUs, means national law universities, admitted to private institutions. These institutions are not the first choice. NIRF ranking shows that private law universities scored 100% in perception. So they even justify that private universities are having 100% feedback, good feedback from parents or students. That's what the ranking is telling. And considering this score, it should have been the most preferred place for students. But common law admission test means CLAT, CLAT exam. Okay. Choices show different pictures. This institution figures below 10 NLUs as preferred place to study. So whatever the institute that was placed as the first rank one, that is generally after 10 NLUs in CLAT admissions. So the 11th college has given first place in NIRF rankings. So lack of rigorous system. A analysis of data submitted by some multidisciplinary private institutions participating in various disciplines under NIRF provides evidence of data fudging. Means some colleges has provided false information, inaccurate information in NIRF rankings. Some false statements, false values like that they have given. And faculty student ratio. In some colleges the faculty student ratio is very less. Means there is, suppose for 20 students one faculty should be there, but for 50 students only one faculty is there. Okay. Evidence suggests that some private multidisciplinary universities have claimed same faculty in more than one discipline, and even same faculty is working in more than one discipline. Means only one faculty working in engineering and law. How it is possible? These are both are two different subjects. Engineering is technological subject and law is political science. How they are related? Same faculty, how she or he can work in at the same time in two departments? That is not possible. This is a proof of false information given by the colleges. Funding in research. Research funding for research project and consultancy is essential parameter for ranking. However, data shows that research grant consultancy charges received in disciplines appear to have been claimed as those in law. Means R&D fund they got in other discipline like MBA or engineering, that they are showing that fund they got from law only. Like that false information again in funds also, research fund also they are giving. And there is no transparency. The NIRF requires data submitted to be published by all the participating HEIs on their website. So whatever the data the university or college has been submitted to NIRF, that must be posted in their official website. But they do not post this. This is not happening. Okay. Some private multidisciplinary universities have not granted free access to such data on their website. They do not even allow others to enter the website and check the information. Means that they are providing false information. That's why they do not allow the authorities to log in into the website and see the information. And if they want to access the information, their complete details has to be given to the college. Like online form to be filled along with the details of the person seeking the access. The person who want to see the access, he has to give to the college his entire data. That is not possible every time, because authorities secretly they will inquire into the things. They don't want to reveal their identity. Okay. Discrepancy in data. For instance, data uploaded on the website omit details on the number, name, qualification and experience of faculty. And even some faculty's photo will be provided in the website, but their years of experience, qualification, etc. things are hide from the thing. Okay. some parameters to all same parameters to all institutes, means the same parameters may not apply to all institutes at a time, because in some areas, like if you see in Anantapur hilly areas, only one college will be there. Then compared to colleges in Hyderabad, this may not be good. This may not be very much good. But the local people will give a good feedback about the college, because there is only one college, one monopoly is there. So every time the same parameters may not apply to all educational institutions. NIRF applies almost same parameters to all institutions across various disciplines in research, professional practice. Publication data only from Scopus and Web of Science. While National Assessment and Accreditation Council gives due weightage to publication in UGC care listed journals, the NIRF uses publication data only from Scopus and Web of Sciences. Means even though the publications from all disciplines has been accepted in the NIRF ranking, but the NIRF is even though the publications from all disciplines are not counted, the NIRF takes care of only Scopus, Web of Science, discipline, researches into account. But they are providing all publication information, so that the information will be more, so that they will be get a top position in the ranking. Like that they are cheating the NIRF rankings. So there should be some revised methodology, and structural issues in NIRF undermine the ranking process. So these whatever the methodology and structural issues are there that do not support transparent NIRF ranking. Okay. So this is all about NIRF. Let us move to the another new concept, that is aishe, All India Survey on Higher Education. All India Survey on Higher Education. This is nothing but online survey. Online survey of all higher education institutions in the country. Okay, they conduct a survey all over India, how many institutions are there, in which place they are more concentrated, in which field there are more educational institutions in some area. Like that things they conduct by online mode. Okay, the government of India started aishe in 2010-11, a task force formed from AICTE, UGC, National Medical Council, Distance Education Council. Representatives from leading universities conduct the survey. So the representatives from the leading universities, university personnel will conduct this survey, so that they can check how many educational institutions are there in an area, in which discipline. Okay, like that. So in 2020-21, the survey was started under leadership of Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education is conducting this survey. The survey mainly focuses on higher education in the country. So earlier we have seen UIDSE. This is a MIS system, real-time MIS system of school education. Okay, so we will, after going through this website, we will get an analysis of school education, how it is going in our country. In the same way, after watching this aishe survey, we will get clear understanding, analysis of higher education in our country. Okay, our higher education status will be easily predicted by watching this aishe survey. So Union Ministry of Education released data from All India Survey on Higher Education aishe, which showed 7.5 increase in student enrollment across the country compared to 2019-20. There was 7.5% increase in student enrollments compared to 2019-20 to 2020-21. So the aishe initiated in 2011, during which data for the year 2010-11 was conducted. The entire survey was conducted through electronic mode and dedicated portal https aishe.gov.in. Okay, this survey was conducted online survey. Here the educational institutions have to log in into this website, and they have to furnish their information annually here. Okay, they have to give information like when we are applying a job, we will fill a form, online form, and we will attend an online exam. In exam, what we have to do, every question we have to attempt. Like that, the educational institutions have to log in into this website, and they have to, whatever the forms are there, whatever the questions are there, they have to give answers and they have to fill the forms so that the survey information will be collected. So what are the key findings here? Key findings of the report. Higher education institutions of India filed their data using entirely online data collection platform through web data capture format. Here they use web DCF, like suppose documents they have to submit. Their university documents, faculty experience documents, like that. If they are giving some information over online, there should be some proof of the information also. So that's why they will provide some documents also by this method. This method was developed by Department of Higher Education and National Informatics Center, NIC. Okay. So what are the number of institutions inside India? Till now, we have seen what the survey is. Let us see the survey report now. That is the number of institutions. So, the number of institutions according to this report is increased by 70 during 2021 to 1113 in 2021 from 1043 in 2019-20. Means they are 1000 in number in 2019-20. Now the number has been increased to 1113 in 2021. So recent data, this is an exercise to you. Just I am telling whatever the important reports are there in education, I am telling to you. You try to furnish the information from 2020 to 2025. This will become an exercise to you, and at the same time you will get a clear idea, clear picture of the report. When you are watching in the video, when you are listening, you will understand. Afterwards you will forget. If you do this research by Google etc. things, you do not forget the thing. The entire thing will be posted into your mind. That's why you do this exercise from 2020 to 25. How much this data has been changed. And we also make a separate video on recent report. This is old report before COVID. We are discussing because before COVID, after COVID, what is the situation of education in India? This is very important for everyone to know. That's why we are furnishing information before COVID. This after COVID thing, we will make a separate video again. Okay, we will make a separate video. But meanwhile, you try to do this research so that this thing will be posted into your mind permanently. Okay. So, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Telangana. So, you can remember like this: UP, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Telangana. So, means there are 5 South Indian states. Here, 4 North Indian states, UP, Rajasthan, MP, Gujarat. 5 South Indian states, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, AP, Telangana. Almost all states are covered here in south except Kerala. Of course, Maharashtra is middle belt, not so much south, not so much north also. So like this, you can remember the state names here. Okay, Kerala also included now. So Kerala are top 10 states in terms of number of colleges. These 10 states are having more number of colleges compared to other states. Okay, among the districts, the maximum number of colleges, 1000, is situated in Bangalore urban. In Bangalore, there are many colleges in the districts, followed by Jaipur. Jaipur is also very famous in education. About 32% of colleges are situated in 50 districts. So 32% colleges of these rankings are situated in just 50 districts belonging to Jaipur and Bangalore urban. Okay, student enrollment in higher education. Total enrollment in higher education increased to nearly 4.13 crore in 2021 from 3.85 crore. Earlier, it is 3.85 crore in 2019-20. Now it has been increased to 4.13 crore in 2021. Okay, this is an increase of approx 30 lakh students increased in within 1 year who are enrolling in higher education like law, engineering, MBA, medical, etc. So female enrollment, how females are advancing in higher education means it has been increased from 19 million in 2019-20 to 20 million in 2020, means 10 lakh, in 10 lakh number of females has increased who are enrolled in higher education. Okay, the number of females joining higher education increased by approx 13 lakhs, means nothing but 1 million. What about SCs, scheduled castes? There were 2 lakh more SC students who got enrolled in 2021 compared to previous year. What about scheduled tribes? This year saw about 3 lakh more ST students and 6 lakh more OBC students getting enrolled for higher education. So the number of scheduled caste students pursuing higher education increased by 28% as compared to 2014-15. Okay, 30% in a period of 5 years, 30% there is increase in enrollments of SC and STs in higher education. Okay, the number of female scheduled caste students pursuing higher education increased by 40% as compared to, means in females also from lower sections like SC or ST, 40% people are increased who enrolled in higher education. The number of ST students pursuing higher education increased by 50%. So SC is 40%, ST is 50%. The number of OBC students, this increase was 32% as compared to 2014. In females, it was 40%. In OBCs also enrollment increased by 32%, but females increased by 40%. So the number of students pursuing higher education increased by 7.5% as compared to 2019 and increased by 21% compared to the, means every year approx 10% students are increasing, okay, in higher education enrollments. In that also around 10% females are increasing. By 5 years average 40% females are increasing. Okay, so there is substantial improvement was seen in gross enrollment ratio. The number of students enrolled in distance education increased by 7% compared to even in a distance education also enrollments increased by approx 10%. Total number of universities increased by 70 compared to 2019. The number of colleges increased by 13. So universities only increased 70 within 1 year and colleges increased by 1500. So see within 1 year how much education is growing inside India. So gender parity index increased to 1.05. It was in 1 in 2017-19. The total number of teachers in the country increased by 50k. 50k teachers are increased within 1 year. Okay. Southeastern states, in Northeast states also, total enrollment was 12% in 2021. It was 10 lakhs in 2014-15. The number of female enrollments was 6.4 lakh in 2021. It was higher than males 5.92. Means even in Northeast states also the enrollments has been increased. Okay. So according to the survey report to undergraduate level, so till now we are discussing only on higher education. Now we will discuss undergraduate level. Enrollment was humanities 33%, science 15%, commerce, engineering, technology. At the post graduation level, maximum number of students opted for social science followed by science. So in which disciplines the enrollment was increased means science, commerce, engineering and technology. Okay. So social science also improved a lot. So gender parity index is 1 in 2017. Now it has been increased to 1.05. Gender parity index has been increased by 0.05. Okay. So the gender parity index is socio-economic index usually designed to measure access to education of males and females. Gender parity index is nothing but how much education is accessible to females and males. That comparison is known as gender parity index. This index is released by UNESCO. So top 6 states in terms of student enrollment are UP, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. These states names already we discussed. Okay, teaching and non-teaching staff in higher education. The number of teachers has increased to 50k. Already I told you within 1 hour, 1 year, 50k teachers has been increased in the education. There are 75 female teachers per 100 male teachers. For every 100 male teachers, there are 75 female teachers. Okay. So total number of pass outs has increased to 1 crore in 2021 as against 94 lakh in 2019-20. Means pass outs has been increased by 1.5 lakh. Those who finished their graduation has been increased by 1.5 lakh within 1 year. Because the colleges, universities, facilities, everything increasing, automatically educated people will also increase. So what is the significance of higher education? How it is improved inside India? Means through some measures of government, higher education has improved a lot within India. They are Atmanirbhar Bharat. Self-reliant India needs a continuous supply of trained, skilled human resources. So for Atmanirbhar Bharat, trained people are needed. Okay, demographic dividend. There is lot of difference between physiology of different regions inside India. Better employment opportunities. Even employment software has grown a lot worldwide. So people want to get good jobs after being educated within the world, all over the world, wherever they go, they can get a good job. That's why they prefer to finish their education fast. Economic development. Even if a family economic situation has been improved, then they can afford more money on educating their children. Technological advancement. Even technology improved by YouTube also, social media also, people are getting awareness that how they can get good education. In earlier days there is no guidance. Even our parents don't know what is going on. So our brothers don't know, sisters don't know what they can guide to us. But this time social media and YouTube has increased a lot, so that by online also people come to know how they can educate themselves very well. Okay, solving societal issues, plurality, inclusivity, diversity, horizons of mind. Means psychology, people psychology also changed. Nowadays many things are came up like a bunk couple, like that, and it is best to get unmarried. First girls want to grow their education career, then only they want to get married. So for good career they should be educated very well. So that type of psychological feelings or maturity is coming within the personal. This has given rise to development of education within India. And empowerment of women. Women empowerment is a major thing. Many women societies are there. They guide the women that if you are very well educated, then you can rely on yourself. So that type of preachings also there. They led to development of education inside India. And national education policy that is provides compulsory education till 14 years to each and every children. So till 14 years if the children is educated, after that they can't stay alone, they can't leave the education because they are habituated to the routine of studying. That is the thing. So the national education policy also contributed very much to the development of education inside India. And RUSA, Rashtriya Uchchar Shiksha Abhiyan, Project Education Quality Upgradation and Inclusive Program. These are our government programs to develop education inside India. Prime Minister Research Fellowship, PMRF, Attract Talent Proof of PhD programs. Paramamsha mentor-mentee relationship. Under this scheme, accredited institutions would help aspiring institutions that want to get accredited. Means already senior institutions will help junior institutions to get accreditation under the university. So scheme for promotion of academic and research collaboration, SPARK, it is aimed to improve research ecosystem to develop the R&D in every college so that India can also get good projects to the market. Okay, Global Initiative for Academic Network, GIAN. It aims to tap talent pool of scientists and entrepreneurs. So, GIAN is a network of scientists and entrepreneurs. If they come together, scientist plus entrepreneur, they can plan new projects of R&D. So, they can hire some students to work on these projects. So, formation of higher education financing agency. They even finance education to some talented students so that they can help in the research of their companies. It aims to finance creation of capital assets premier educational institutions in India. And Institutes of Eminence scheme. It aims to provide opportunities for few chosen institutions to grow in direction of being renewed globally their excellence. So funding to small institutions so that they soon become institutes of eminence. That is also one scheme provided by government. Okay, Swayam portal. There is a need to shift focus from enrollment to attendees. Multi-stakeholder approach, extensive consultation with involving partners, local governments and civil society as a key. However, all these schemes to work out stakeholder participation is important, and there should be focus on the attendees than enrollment. Even though a student enrolled in a college but he is not attending, always absent, it is of no use. So the attendance is very important in education. This is all about SHE and MIRF ranking, friends. Hope you like the video. For many videos like this on our channel, please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you.